Good afternoon, I'm Jeff. I'm a sewer tech Northwest. Today we're at property address 202 Getchell Street here in Amity, Oregon. We're located at the left side of the home. As you can see, my camera is all the way out the main lateral. I wasn't sure if this was the sewer line at first, so I did a test run and then just decided to keep on going. So we're kind of going in reverse here, but anyway, we're going to check the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. We currently have water running. On the way out, there are quite a few issues with the sewer line. Unfortunately, there's a few root intrusions. This end section here is ends up as 4-inch concrete pipe where it terminates, and it comes out the left side of the house, and it heads towards the rear of the home. It rounds the corner, and then it heads out to the side street that's to the right of this house. It basically does a 3/4 turn all the way around the home. So this is a spot right here that's kind of tricky to discern what's going on here. It looks like there may be some sort of penetration here at 79 feet. It's very difficult to tell. There are some root intrusions. Here, I'll pull back real quick here's another spot right here. There's just some growth. Actually, now that I look down at the bottom, it looks like roots may be coming through the bottom of the pipe there. But up at the top of the pipe, there's some growths and things like that. Looks like there may be a joint that's opened there, allowing stuff to seep in. And then you can see all the debris that's building up right here at about 70 feet, and then a very large root intrusion right here at 67 feet, and then there's a few other root intrusions behind the camera. So I am going to map the line out for repair. These ones that are out further here in the concrete section of the line are a little bit more difficult to discern what they are exactly. There's some cobwebs that are kind of dangling down there, but there's just some patches of growth there. But down here at the bottom of the pipe, that does look like some roots have possibly penetrated right through the side wall of the pipe. So I'm going to push the camera out here, and then there's this spot too that's just beyond that. There are some similar growths on the top of the pipe. So I'm going to start my locates right here at 80 feet out. Unfortunately, due to the root intrusions, because they're throughout the sewer line, I am going to recommend a large portion of the line be replaced, because it doesn't make sense to do spot repairs with this many. And when we reel back, you'll see them all. But when you've got multiple issues throughout the pipe, it's much more cost-effective to do a line replacement rather than to do spot repairs. So I'll mark this with a white X. I'll mention the location and depth in a moment. Alright, located the camera head. This is right where the yard meets the street, or the driveway meets the street. It's marked with a white X. There's some other paint markings. It looks like someone else has come out to do a sewer scope, but I just did a white X there. It's right around 4 feet deep. It's quite shallow. And there might be some roots coming through right here at this spot. There's just too much debris build up there to see. Definitely a very large root intrusion here at 67 feet. Well, that one's blocking, I mean, dang near 100% of the pipe here. So I'm going to keep reeling back. I'm going to do markings every so often, but all these joints look like they didn't get glued. There's roots coming through this joint here as well, and the vast majority of them actually. I'll do their marking here at 60 feet. I'll just do some white lines in between the X and the T marking that I'll make for the start and finish of the line. Alrighty, we're about 5 feet or so from the house. There's essentially it's a driveway. It's not gravel or anything, but it looks like the grass is kind of dead there where people have been using as a driveway. It's basically right where the driveway meets the street on that right side, and I'll get the name of that road. It's the side street to the right of the house that it goes out to, and I just did a big white arrow there at 60 feet, which again is near the house, just about to pass through the gate there to the backyard, and about 3 feet deep. It's a very shallow sewer line, which makes for a very easy and inexpensive repair compared to most. But again, we've got more roots. It's basically roots throughout the whole sewer pipe. And even joints that don't have roots, I don't trust them. It doesn't look like any of them were glued properly. So I would recommend completely replacing the sewer pipe here. I'm going to do another marking here at 40 feet, another arrow showing the direction the pipe runs. Okay, right now we're directly behind the house, and the way I'm talking is oriented looking at the front of the house from the street. And we're now at the rear of the house there at 40 feet, only about 2 feet deep, kind of at the right rear corner. Got more roots there. And there is some white markings showing the bend around the house. I just went back over the top of those. The pipe here at the beginning of the line, obviously it looks good. There's no roots through here, but it's kind of up to the buyer to see what they would like to do, because it's hard to say if these other joints are in good shape and aren't going to have roots come through them at some point too. They really don't look like they've been glued. When a plastic pipe, ABS plastic like this, is glued, they're essentially impervious to roots, unless you plant a giant 100-foot cedar right on top of the line. Alright, so here at about 20 feet, this is essentially where I'm going to stop the repair. The repair starts right at the rear left corner of the house. There's a big white line outlining the pipe rounding the corner there. That's where the repair should start. There's some standing water right here, which would be a good idea to get rid of, and then just beyond this point, the roots start. So basically from 20 feet out to 80 feet, I recommend replacing the pipe, as there is root intrusions through nearly every single joint all the way out to that point. There's also some standing water right here. This pipe, from this point back, all looks good. Joints have no roots in them. That's kind of up to the buyer if they want that replaced as well. I have no evidence here that there's an issue other than the joints ahead of it have problems. But it's hard to say if these ones were glued properly or not. I unfortunately won't be able to tell that. I'm going to go ahead and reel the camera all the way back out. Apart from the roots, I think once this line's taken care of, definitely get a rescope done to check it out, make sure that there's no bellies anywhere and the repair or replacement was done properly. But once again, from 20 feet out to 80 feet, we've got a short section of standing water there, and then roots through just about every joint all the way out to 80 feet. Which is mostly ABS. There is a small portion of concrete involved. But luckily, it looks like most of the repair is just under dirt, and it's quite shallow. It ranges from about 1.5 feet deep at the beginning, right around 1.5 feet, 2 feet, and then about 4 feet deep once you get to the street. And again, the line runs out to the side street to the right of the home.